Good morning, beta. How are you, Rishabh?
I'm fine.
Fine. Very good.
Ma'am, this is SST class.
Yes, beta, this is SST class.
Okay, ma'am.
I think we should wait for others to join.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Good morning, Yash Raj. Open your camera, Yash Raj, beta.
Good morning, ma'am. Ma'am, they want Sharma saying you good morning.
Good morning, Devansh. Good morning. Open your cameras, Devansh and Yash Raj. All of you gave all your exams. Devansh, I think you were absent in one exam.
Ma'am, computer.
Computer exam. Okay.
Ma'am, I have written all the exams.
Yes. I remember for Devansh and Arav Solanki also. He was absent in one exam. Okay, so everybody take out your social studies book. What we will do today is we are going to start a new chapter.
Ma'am, we have done the chapter 6 question answers also.
Question, beta, chapter 6 we will start today. We have not done it. We are going to
Oh,
start
okay.
it today.
Ma'am,
Yes.
excuse me. Ma'am, we have already studied the chapter 6 and you have filled these exercise also and you have shared the video.
Okay, we have already started and we have done the reflect exercise given in the beginning, right?
Yes, ma'am. And then keywords also we have done.
We have done difficult words also.
Yes, ma'am.
Everybody
Only
has
keywords.
done. All of you have done the difficult words of chapter 6, children?
No, ma'am.
No. Okay, what I'm going to do
Yes,
is
ma'am.
Athar and Rishabh have done because you have been very regular, right, in your classes. Other students were not there. So they probably don't know that the chapter has been already started. Okay, no worries because your exams were going on. That is why you could not attend your classes. I'm again going to share the screen of difficult words. Fine? Those who were not there, Devansh, Stuti, Yashraj, and Zoya Fatima. First of all of you open your cameras, beta. How are you sitting in the class?
Ma'am,
Yes.
I done difficult work.
You have done difficult words. What about you, Yashraj? Okay. No worries. We are not going to do difficult words if so many students have done already.
But ma'am, I have not done chapter 6. Only exercises.
You have not done chapter 6?
In the
Stuti, I can't understand what you're saying. What haven't you done? Better remove your hand from your face and then speak.
ma'am, fill in the blank.
We have not done them, beta. We have not done it. We'll be doing it today. Okay, Shirsh, what about you? Have you done the difficult words of chapter 6?
No, ma'am.
No,
Ma'am, please. Yeah, yes, ma'am. I have done. I have done.
you have also done. Okay, so what we'll do, I'm going to share a video with all of you of this chapter. In this chapter, we are going to study about, this chapter is about different landforms of the earth. Now, what are different landforms of the earth? We know that the earth is not same at all places, right? Somewhere it has got plain land, somewhere it has got high raised lands, that is mountains and hills, somewhere it has got dry lands, that is deserts, somewhere it has got fertile lands which come under plains only, somewhere it is different, and at other places it is different. These are different landforms that make up our earth. What are these? Different landforms make up our earth. So we are going to study about these different landforms. Now before we move ahead, I'm going to share a screen with you which will tell you about these different landforms. Okay? Everybody will watch this video very quietly. Don't say anything in between and try to understand what they tell us in the video.
Cutting Edge Aviation is
Okay. Something went wrong in the page. Let me try it once again.
Children, what kind of land is present around your house or school?
Can you listen to it? Can you
Is
hear
it
it,
flat
children?
or is it hilly?
Yes, ma'am.
Are there any water bodies? In this lesson, you will learn about the different land
What,
forms of the
Suti?
earth.
Okay, shall I play this video now? Everybody, I hope can see it. Yes,
Ma'am, please full screen.
full screen. Okay, nobody will speak anything in between. Just watch this video and then we'll start the chapter. Just a minute, beta. I have zoomed it, made it full screen, but still it's not happening.
I'm gonna take some time.
Yes.
Class 4. Social Studies. Children, what kind of land is present around your house or school? Is it flat or is it hilly? Are there any water bodies? In this lesson, you will learn about the different landforms of the earth. Mountains, valleys and passes. Plateaus, plains and deserts. Coasts, peninsulas, bays and islands. And rivers. The land covering the Earth's surface is not uniform. In some places, it rises high while at other places, it is flat. The different features that make up the Earth's surface is called landforms. There are 4 main landforms. These are mountains, plains, plateaus, and deserts. Some landforms are formed by forces that act on the surface of the earth, such as water, wind, and ice. Some are formed by processes deep inside the earth. Now let us learn about mountains, valleys, and passes. Mountains and hills are rocky masses of land that rise higher than the surroundings. The main difference between the mountains and hills is that mountains have very steep slope and high peaks. Hills are smaller and lower. Mountains usually occur in long rows called mountain ranges. The Himalayas in the north of India is the highest mountain range in the world. Mount Everest, the highest mountain peak in the world, is located in the Himalayas in Nepal. Some mountains are formed when 2 large land masses push against each other. They are called fold mountains. The Himalayas, the Rockies in North America, and Alps in Europe are fold mountains. Some mountains are formed when molten rock from deep inside the earth rises to the surface, forming a volcano. They are called volcanic mountains. Mount Fuji in Japan and Mount Vesuvius in Italy are volcanic mountains. Another kind of mountains are block mountains formed by splitting and sliding of large blocks of land. Examples are Sierra Nevada mountains in the USA and the Black Forest Mountains in Germany. Did you know? High mountain ranges have glaciers or slow-moving rivers of ice. Large rivers originate from these glaciers. The lowland between hills or mountains is called a valley. Valleys are normally found by glaciers or rivers wearing away rocks on mountains. A number of valleys have rivers flowing through them. Famous valleys in India are Kashmir Valley and the Brahmaputra Valley. Did you know? The Himalayan ranges and Mount Everest were formed about 60 million years ago, when India moving northwards crashed against the rest of Asia. Mountains have low, narrow, natural gaps called passes. People cross the mountains through these passes. The Khyber Pass in the Himalayas connects Afghanistan and Pakistan. What is plateaus? A large area of land that is higher than the surroundings are more or less flat at the top is known as plateau. The Deccan Plateau in South India covers almost the entire Indian peninsula. The Tibetan Plateau in the Himalayas is the highest plateau in the world. It is known as the roof of the world. The Columbia and the Colorado plateaus are in the USA. Now let us see plains. Plains are flat lands with gentle slopes. Rivers flowing from the mountains bring fertile soil to the plains. Plains are therefore the most thickly populated areas in the world. The northern plains of India and the prairies of the USA produce large amount of wheat and other grains. Deserts. Deserts are large, extremely dry areas of land. There is very little rainfall and very few plants grow in deserts. Deserts have extreme temperatures. In summers, the days are very hot and the nights are cool. In winters, the days are cool and the nights are very cold. The important deserts of world are the Sahara Desert in North Africa. It is the biggest desert in the world. The Kalahari Desert in Southern Africa. The Atacama Desert in South America. The Thar Desert in India. Know the fact. Hot and dry areas with very little rainfall are not the only kind of deserts. There are also cold deserts. These are regions of permanent cold where very little life exists, for example the Antarctica. Let us learn about coasts, peninsulas, bays, and islands. A place where land meets the sea is called coast. Some coasts are sandy and straight, others are rocky. A land mass which projects into the sea and is surrounded by water on three sides is called a peninsula. The tip of a peninsula is called a cape. The southernmost tip of the Indian peninsula is called the Cape Comorin. The Arabian Peninsula is the largest in the world. A bay is the water body running into land and surrounded on three sides by land. The Bay of Bengal along the eastern coast of India is an example. An island is a landmass surrounded on all sides by water. Sri Lanka is an island. Andaman and Nicobar Islands in the Bay of Bengal are a group of islands that are a part of India. Australia is the world's largest island.
More than 20 million people use Grammarly every day to improve their writing. You can use it on your computer or your phone. And for your most important work, Grammarly's editor provides comprehensive writing.
Rivers. Long streams of water are called rivers. Many rivers start in the mountains from melting snow in glaciers. They have water throughout the year and are called perennial rivers. In South India, rivers are formed by rainwater. They do not have water throughout the year. Such rivers are called seasonal rivers. Rivers ultimately flow into the sea. Along the course of a river, several smaller rivers join the main river. They are called tributaries of the main river. Before entering the sea, the river becomes very slow. It carries a lot of sediment. This keeps getting deposited on the way and causes the river to break up into channels or distributaries. These spread out like a triangle before falling into the sea. Such a region is called delta. The Nile in Egypt is the longest river in the world. Some other important rivers are Mississippi in the USA, the Congo in Africa, and the Ganga in India. In history, we find that great civilizations have always developed along rivers, as the soil is richest here and the rivers provide water for drinking, domestic and agriculture purposes. What I learned from this lesson? Look at the quick summary. There are 4 main landforms: mountains, plains, plateaus, and deserts. The lowland between hills or mountains is called a valley. Long streams of water are called rivers. A bay is the water body running into land and surrounded on three sides by land. A landmass that projects into the sea and is surrounded by water on three sides is called a peninsula. A large area of land that is higher than the surroundings are more or less flat at the top is known as a plateau.
Okay, children. Could you understand anything from this chapter? From this video, I mean. Could you understand anything?
ma'am.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
So how many types of different landforms are there? How many types of different landforms you saw in the video?
4. Ma'am,
What
4.
are they? Which are they?
4.
Which are they? Who will tell? Which are those landforms? Yes, tell.
And mountains and plains.
Very good. Mountains and hills is one kind of a landform. Then the other kind, yes.
Ma'am, mountains, valley, plain, and
Very good, very good. Plains, plains. Very nice. Pratyaksh, plateaus. And
plateaus,
very good.
valley, and mountain.
And also deserts.
Plains. Ma'am, plains.
Yes. Plains also and deserts also. These are what? These are all different landforms. Now, if I ask you, Rajasthan and Gujarat, what kind of a state is Rajasthan? What kind of a state is it?
Desert.
Yes, it is a desert.
Ma'am,
The land, which kind of landform is found in that state? Majorly, deserts are found in Rajasthan and Gujarat. Okay, tell me,
ma'am, plain.
what kind of landform do you find in Uttar Pradesh?
What?
What kind of a landform you find in Uttar Pradesh?
Plain.
Plains.
Ma'am, plain.
Yes.
Plain.
Very nice. Okay. What kind is found in Uttarakhand?
Ma'am,
Ma'am, plain. Ma'am, mountain. Ma'am, mountains and valleys.
Yes.
Mountains
It
and
is
valleys.
mountains, valleys, and hills. Majorly, it is mountains and hills over there. Very nice. Okay. Then, which all states have got plateaus? Which states are rich in plateaus? It is the southern states and the central states. The states that lie in central India. Who is not muted? And so much noise is coming. Yes. The central India and the southern India mostly is what region? It is the plateau region. Those states are plateau region. Is that clear to all of you? Anybody wants to see the picture of anything? Because in other class, children were asking me, ma'am, please show us what is this, what is that. Do you want to see any picture of any kind of landform?
Ma'am, plateau.
What are plateaus? Okay, I'll show you what plateaus are.
Yes, ma'am. Plateaus.
Plateaus are what? Plateaus are highlands. They are flat lands. They are little elevated, like plains. What do we have in plains? In plains, it is normal ground. But in plateaus, it is like a little raised. And it is flat on the top.
Ma'am,
Like a tabletop. It is like a tabletop. It is called a tableland.
Ma'am, ground also.
Okay, here they are.
Ma'am, ground is also plain. Ma'am, ground
Is also plain, but what is the difference between plain and plateaus? The difference is that plateaus are highly raised. They are little raised from the ground level, while plains are not raised.
Okay, ma'am.
You see.
Ma'am, plateaus and ma'am, isthmus.
Okay, I'll show you isthmus also. Now see, these are plateaus. Can you see them?
No,
No,
ma'am.
ma'am.
No. Okay, wait.
No, ma'am.
Zoom is not responding these days. Something is wrong. It will just open. Just a minute. Page unresponsive.
Network.
Okay, beta. Now see everybody. Yes. Now can you see this? Yes, these are plateaus. These are flat on the top and raised from the ground level. So these kind of areas are majorly found where? In central India or in southern India.
Ma'am, we have watched. Ma'am, you have shown the plateaus on your screen.
Yes, I have shared plateaus. Now see, they are flat on the top. That is why they are called what? They are called tablelands. Okay, now coming next to which place? Isthmus. Now what is an isthmus, children? See, this is an isthmus. A narrow strip of land. Can you see? In the center, in the middle, there is a narrow strip of land which is joining two bigger pieces of land. Can
Yes,
you
ma'am.
see my screen?
Yes, ma'am.
This is called an isthmus, where there is a small strip of land, a narrow strip of land, which is a connection between two bigger lands. That is called an isthmus. Anything else you want to see? Let's see
Ma'am,
what are valleys.
how plateaus are formed?
Plateaus are formed, beta. Now, the formation of plateaus is not given in the chapter. How plateaus are formed. How plains are formed is explained, but how plateaus are formed is not explained.
Okay, ma'am. And
Next.
ma'am, on the strip,
Yes.
some countries build roads also.
What, beta?
Ma'am, on the strips, people also build roads.
Yes, yes, yes. Now, next, what was I showing you? Valleys, right?
Yes,
What
ma'am.
are valleys?
Ma'am, tomorrow can we start the in copy? Can we start the
Yes,
work?
we will start the work in copy. Don't worry, we are going to start the work in copy.
From tomorrow can start.
Okay, now see, these are, what is a valley? What is a valley? What definition will you give for valley? Valley is a low-lying area between two mountains.
A
When
valley is in two mountains.
valley is a low-lying area between two mountains. Now, when two mountains meet at the bottom, that area is called what? That particular area is called valley. Can you see the screen,
Ma'am, it's
children?
like a U.
Yeah, here it is like a U, but somewhere it's like a
Yes,
steep V. It is like V, not U at some places. Now, these valleys look so beautiful.
and some places there are nothing.
See, now this kind of a valley.
Yes,
This
ma'am.
is a very
Yes,
dangerous kind
ma'am.
of a valley. Some valleys are very beautiful, some valleys are very dangerous. Can you see them?
Ma'am, yes, ma'am. Ma'am, what if, ma'am, this
U
is,
a
ma'am,
U1.
ma'am, what dangerous,
What?
ma'am, ma'am, what is this? What,
This is a valley,
this
beta.
valley?
Low
Ma'am,
lying.
only this one.
This one is a
Middle.
valley. This one is a valley, beta. Low-lying area between two mountains is called a valley.
This.
Okay, now children, please wait. Let me share the link for the next class. Then we'll come on to the next thing. What next you want to see? Tell me.
Now, ma'am, we
What is
have what?
Ma'am, island?
Island. Okay. What is an
Yes,
island?
ma'am.
Tell me what is
Ma'am,
an
please.
island.
In between.
Island is a piece of land that is covered with water on all sides. How it looks? Now see, these are what? These are beautiful islands. They are completely covered with water on all sides.
Many times I've seen in cartoon. And small island with a coconut tree on it.
Yes. Can you see this one on the screen here, on my screen? What are these? They generally, it is not necessary that they have coconut trees. Sometimes they're like this, without trees. These are what? These are islands. And children, when we have small islands, group of islands together, what is it called? See, sometimes there are many islands that are close to each other, like this. A group of islands or a cluster of islands is called an archipelago. Okay?
Ma'am, it's difficult to pronounce.
Yes. But can you see the screen? What an archipelago is? A group of islands together
Yes,
is
ma'am.
called an archipelago. Okay. Then next, let's come to what else you want to see, children? Mountains and hills. Okay, I'll show you mountains and hills, the basic difference between the both of them. Now it's buffering. What are mountains? Can anybody tell me the mountains?
Ma'am, mountains are highlands.
Yes.
Higher than hills.
Lands. Higher than?
Ma'am,
Hills. Ma'am.
and the mountains has also snow.
What?
The mount, ma'am, the mountains have also snow.
Yes, mountains have snow also. Mountains can be snow covered also. Very nice. And what is the basic difference between mountains and hills? Can you tell me? Just
Are
give a little thought
the
to it.
mountains are low in size and hills are low in size and mountains are high in size.
Very nice. Mountains are very high in size, while hills may not be as high as mountains. Any other difference?
Ma'am, please show the hill picture.
Beta, I'm opening, it's not opening.
Ma'am, some mountains do not have enough oxygen so we can breathe.
Okay, very nice point. All right. Now see. I have opened hills versus mountains. Now, which one of the two is a hill and which is a mountain? Tell me.
Ma'am, ma'am, this one is mountain.
Which one? Tell me the
Yes,
color.
ma'am. mm, Ma'am, this one is the mountain. There is no. And this is white one.
Yes, the brown and white one is a mountain, while the brown and
And
green
this one
is a hill. Now see, we also see that mountains are very pointed. They have pointed peaks, while hills don't have pointed peaks. What do they have? They have they have very soft tops. They have soft peaks. While in a mountain, what do we see? They have just very pointed peaks and they are very steep, while hills are not steep.
ma'am, like in a parrot, ma'am, the beak is very, ma'am,
Ma'am, the peak of a hill is curvy.
Yes, it is round in shape, while a mountain is not round on the top. What is it? It is very pointed on the top. Okay, now we have seen hills and mountains also. Then what else? Now next, what do I show you, children? What do you want to see from the chapter? Hurry up and tell. After mountains and hills, let's come to
Ma'am, volcanoes.
volcanoes. Okay. Who is scribbling on the screen? Little babies, huh? Class 1, 2 babies. Okay. Now see,
ma'am,
these are volcanoes. Some mountains are a formation of what? Volcanoes. They are a formation of volcanic eruptions.
ma'am, there's so much fire.
There is so
There are
much.
so
Fire. Ma'am, there are so much fire.
Yes, this is hot lava that comes out from these lands and they form, when they get cold, they form into mountains. These are called volcanic mountains.
and ma'am, plains are also formed with lava or rock debris.
Yes, they are formed due to the effect of wind and rain. When these mountains and hills break down, they are formed because of that. Okay, so children, till here, I hope the concept, the basic things of about the chapter are clear to all of you. Is it or it's not? Tomorrow, what we are going to do is we are going to start with the chapter reading. Is that fine?
Okay,
And
ma'am.
we'll read the chapter tomorrow.
Okay,
Again,
ma'am.
you will be clear about all the things. You'll understand them better. So I think I should end the class here. It's time to move for the next class now.
Okay, ma'am. Bye, ma'am.
Bye, children.
Bye, ma'am.